I am literally sobbing. Suo's chances of returning to foreign school seem even lower now. What is going to happen? Okay, let me explain what happened. The beginning of the first chapter felt somewhat like Makochi Town, though still different. Because here, everyone speaks different languages. There were many mentions of Chinese, Vietnamese, and I think Korean language. Obviously, fans are happy when their own language gets mentioned. Meanwhile, I don't know a single one of those three languages, and my first language will probably never be mentioned either. But honestly, I don't mind that at all. The reason Suo knows so many languages might be so he can communicate with different people. Looking back now, I realize there had already been so many clues about Suo from earlier chapters. While I was completely clueless and didn't think deeply about it. And look at those two people we saw in the last chapter, their faces were finally revealed. Well, they seemed to be around Suo's age, especially considering the way they were talking to him near the end. Wow. What an interesting perspective. It also looks like they're showing some kind of trio friendship dynamic. Even though I personally love Sunasa trio. Here, it kind of feels similar to Umimiya's orphanage situation, but there were also some genuinely happy panels. The part that really hit me was when the kid said, "When we turn 15, we'll help Red Chanpuru too." It makes me feel like Suo has been carrying a responsibility, even if he didn't choose to. So, has Suo already turned 15 and now has to take on that responsibility? Also, wow, looks like Suo has fangirls. That part was actually kind of funny. And I think my theory was right. Suo literally travels around 2 hours to get to school. Since the girls mentioned that he has been arriving earlier lately, but the ending really broke my heart. The way Suo said it would be better if they didn't come. It feels like he's carrying some heavy responsibility and wants to solve everything on his own. At the end, we see Sakura's room. Seriously, that part was so emotional. Suo has literally become like Umemiya, carrying the burden of protecting his town by himself. And one more thing, fans, please stop making Suo and Red Champuru into villains. At this point, it's pretty obvious there's nothing villain-like going on here. I genuinely can't figure out what will happen next. Maybe this is Suo's own decision. Or maybe someone higher up is forcing him into all of this. Some fans are even saying Suo might have grown up in an orphanage. But when I think back to the earlier parts, Suo always seemed like someone who could easily talk about problems and explain things. I feel like Suo became emotionally sensitive at a very young age. Suo only Ni-sensei knows what will happen next. I am so sad that I can't say much. Next chapter, June 2nd.